You wake up at 2:47 in the morning. Your room is dark. The house is quiet. Nothing is moving. But then you look at the pile of clothes on your chair, and for half a second, your stomach drops. It looks like a person, a head, a shoulder, a body standing in the corner of the room. You freeze. Then you blink, stare harder, and suddenly it turns back into what it actually is: a hoodie, a chair, a stupid pile of laundry. But for one tiny moment, your brain was absolutely convinced something was there. And the strangest part is this: your brain did not fail. It did exactly what it was designed to do. Humans see faces everywhere: in clouds, in plug sockets, in burnt toast, in the fronts of cars, in the moon, in shadows at the end of a hallway. Psychologists call this pareidolia. It is the tendency to see meaningful patterns, especially faces, in things that are random. And once you notice it, you realize your brain is doing it constantly. A house has eyes. A car has a mouth. A backpack looks sad. A stain on the wall looks like it's staring at you. But this is not just a cute brain trick. It may be one of the oldest survival systems you have, because for most of human history, seeing a face quickly was not optional. It was life or death. Imagine one of your ancestors walking through tall grass at night. The light is low. The trees are moving. The shadows are broken and unclear. Somewhere nearby, there might be another human, or a predator, or nothing at all. Now, the brain has two possible mistakes it can make. Mistake 1. It sees a face that is not there. You panic for a second, waste some energy, and then realize it was just a rock. Mistake 2. It fails to see a face that is there, and whatever was watching you gets close enough to kill you. Evolution does not treat those mistakes equally. The person who got scared of shadows survived. The person who ignored the eyes in the dark did not always get a second chance. So your brain became biased. It would rather see 10 fake faces than miss one real one. That is why a pile of clothes can become a stranger in your bedroom. Your brain is not trying to be accurate first. It is trying to keep you alive. And faces are special. Your brain has dedicated systems for detecting them. One important region is called the fusiform face area. It sits in the temporal lobe and responds strongly to faces. Not just real faces. Face-like patterns too. 2 dots and a line can be enough. Put 2 circles above a curved shape, and suddenly your brain sees an expression: happy, sad, angry, watching. This is why even the simplest cartoon face works. A circle, 2 eyes, and a mouth is not actually a human being, but your brain treats it like one. It reads emotion into it. It gives it intention. It turns a shape into a mind. And this ability starts extremely early. Newborn babies are already drawn to face-like patterns before they can speak, before they understand the world, before they even know who they are. Their brains are already looking for faces. Because a face is not just an object. A face means someone is there. Someone who might feed you, protect you, hurt you, judge you, follow you. To the human brain, a face is one of the most important things in the universe. That is why seeing one in the dark feels so intense. You aren't just seeing a shape. Your brain is detecting a presence, and presence is a completely different kind of fear. A strange noise in your room is scary, but a shape that looks like a person standing silently in the corner is worse, because your brain immediately asks the question it was built to ask: who is that? And if it cannot answer, fear fills the gap. This is also why the dark makes everything worse. In bright light, your brain gets clean information. Edges are clear, colors are clear, objects make sense. But in the dark, the information is incomplete. Your eyes are giving your brain low-quality data. A coat becomes a torso. A lamp becomes a head. A crack in the door becomes an eye. And when the brain doesn't have enough information, it guesses. Most of what you see is not raw reality. It's your brain's best prediction. Your brain is constantly taking messy signals from your eyes and asking, what is the most likely thing this could be? During the day, those predictions are usually correct. At night, they get weird. Because darkness removes detail, and fear adds meaning. That is a dangerous combination. The less you can see, the more your brain has to invent. This is why childhood bedrooms become terrifying after the lights go out. The same room you felt safe in all day suddenly changes. The wardrobe looks deeper, the hallway looks longer, the gap under the bed looks alive. Nothing has changed in the room, but the brain processing the room has changed. At night, your threat system becomes more sensitive, your imagination gets more space to work, and every unclear shape becomes a possible warning. This is not weakness, this is ancient software. Your ancestors did not sleep in locked houses with streetlights outside and phones beside their beds. They slept near forests, in caves, in open spaces where something really could be watching from the dark. The people who were too relaxed at night did not always survive. So now, thousands of years later, you are lying in a safe bedroom, under a blanket, in a modern house, and your brain is still scanning the darkness like there might be a predator behind your wardrobe. It doesn't know the difference. Your brain was not built for modern life. It was built for survival. And survival doesn't care if you feel calm. It cares if you react fast. This is why horror movies use faces in darkness so often. A pale face at the end of a hallway, eyes in a black corner, a human shape that is almost hidden. They work because they hijack a system you can't fully turn off. You can tell yourself it's just a movie. You can tell yourself it's just a shadow. But the older part of your brain doesn't care. It sees a possible face and hits the alarm. And sometimes your brain goes even further. It doesn't just see a face, it gives the face emotion. A plug socket looks surprised. A car looks angry. A house looks sleepy. A shadow looks hostile. This happens because the brain is not only built to detect faces, it's built to read them. Humans survive by understanding each other. A tiny change in someone's eyes or mouth can tell you if they're friendly, bored, angry, lying, or about to attack. So when your brain sees something face-like, it automatically starts interpreting. That is why a random pattern can feel like it's staring at you. Not because it has eyes, because your brain has a system that turns eye-like shapes into attention. And the tension feels personal. A face pointed towards you is not just a face, it's a signal. Someone sees me. That may be the deepest reason faces in the dark feel so disturbing. They reverse the normal relationship. You think you're looking at the darkness, then suddenly, the darkness looks back. And that feeling is older than language, older than cities, older than every explanation you can give yourself. It comes from a time when being watched could mean you were already in danger. So the next time you wake up and see a person standing in the corner of your bedroom, wait 1 second. Let your eyes adjust. Let the shape become a jacket again. Let the monster turn back into laundry. And remember this, your brain is not showing you what is there. It's showing you what might be there. Because for millions of years, that was the safer mistake. The face in the dark is probably not real, but the fear is. And that fear is the echo of every ancestor who survived because they looked twice.